Hey, all right, so good that you're here for this third video in this series. I'm really loving your energy to be showing up for yourself and your teen and your family in this way. Really, most parents, if I'm totally honest, just bury their heads in the sand and slog it out on their own, relying on, if I may say so, dubious instincts and or woefully out of date conventional parenting wisdom. So it's a complete credit to you, in my opinion, that you know that this is no longer good enough. Not for you, not for your teen, and not for the world. So let's do this. Video 3 in this free series that is specifically designed by me, a teen and parent coach of 20 plus years experience with countless trainings under my belt and a skill set in the coaching field with young adults, especially to match it. I love the teens I work with, and they all love or at least strongly appreciate me. That's the only way it works, and I'm fortunate enough also to have earned the love and respect and gratitude of hundreds of parents too for the work we've done through our Young Fire Academy programs for parents of teens. So in this third video, I really want to help you sustain the leap you've made in the first 2 videos of this Empowered Parenting Shift series. If you haven't seen them, track back in your emails and watch them too. I must say, I think that they are some of my best work to date, and we've had such positive feedback from them. Here are some of them in case you need a nudge to go back and take advantage of the earlier videos. One mum said, "Such a great reminder to look after myself and not pour from an empty cup. Thank you, Henry." Another mum said, "So I'm not alone. My child treats me and her younger brother like strangers, won't let me touch her, and more recently won't let me touch her food. She eats fast food or junk most of the time as she can't be bothered to cook. So I'm just trying to maintain home and not judge or shame, but it's so hard. Looking forward to your next video. Thank you." Another mum said, "Thank you. It was so reassuring to hear a description of the way a teenager can be and realize that this isn't just my teenager." So typical. Always so much value in being together and normalizing in a safe way the challenges that we're all facing. I hear this time and again in every group training program I run. Parents, immense relief to find out that they're not alone, that we're not alone, before we even get to solving our parenting problems. Finally, another parent, a mum, said, "It makes sense and I need to try it, but I'm scared to let go and give him 100% responsibility." All right, in fact, there's one more parent. "Such good advice, as always. Letting go of outcomes has been one of the hardest things to do as a parent, but a game changer in terms of relationship quality, autonomy, happiness, and general motivation so far." I'll look forward to catching up with your videos now I have a little extra time. I hope you and your family are well. Sweet, yeah. So good to hear from you all. And yeah, really just to recap, in that first video, I drove home the point that we cannot parent well and expect good results with our teens if we ourselves are stressed, under-resourced, or otherwise on the back foot in our own lives for this very demanding role. So we have to prioritize self-care as best we possibly can in our specific circumstance or situation, and however that may look for us as an individual, in order to show up ready to love, care for, and respond to our child when and how they need us. Also, in order to role model well to our children, they're not going to listen to some crazy loon parent, which we all risk being at times, let's be honest. And they're also going to learn exactly this dysfunctional way of relating right back to you, whether it's regular emotional blowouts, screen hypocrisy, calculated dishonesty, or disrespectful relating, or any other kind. Role modeling as well as self-care is also so key. Monkey see, monkey do. It's not monkey listen, monkey do, or monkey figure out, monkey do. They are watching us, how we really are, what we really do, not just following what we say we do or listening to our words or intellectual justifications. They're just reading right between the lines, straight to the truth, because they're basically not taking any more of our bullshit or BS by now. They know us, they see right through us. We can't kid them anymore, and arguably we never could, but that's another topic for a different age group. Okay, in the second video, we looked at transforming our relationship with our teen from a constant battleground into a genuine adventure of mutual empowerment and win-win parenting, where we get to step back and do a lot less, stress a lot less, and see so much more in terms of our teens stepping up and stepping into their own agency, their natural maturity, self-leadership, and responsibility by us stepping back lovingly, not huffily, and really trusting them, giving them space, time, and support. They can then start to authentically step up for reasons other than just to please or pacify us. That's not enough. Those are not good foundations. And instead to take ownership of their lives and futures. They can see clearly and judge more responsibly rather than getting distracted and confused fighting us or other authority figures out of spite, natural developmental resistance, or for some illusion of greater freedom. The truth is, most parents and teens I've worked with as clients want to end up in the same place ultimately. The parents say they want their teen to improve in, say, maths and English, or have a better relationship with them at home, or spend their time doing something other than just gaming and being on their phone. And guess what? Once I've got the parents out of the room, full respect to you all as parents, of course, but for me, I never mix the two conversations. I'm frankly horrified by the idea of being in a conversation with a teen and their parents at the same time. It's just how I've evolved in my work and how I know I get best results. But yeah, so in my separate conversation then with the teen, once the teen trusts me and feels safe to speak openly, which they often quickly do, it's just the way I am and the skill set I've honed over many years, their goals turn out to be pretty much just the same as the parents'. They actually also want to do better in English and maths. They also want to have a better relationship with their mum and dad. They also want to do more than just sit around on their screens all day. Interesting, huh? It's true, it might take some time to peel back the layers of suspicion, resistance, confusion and conditioning for you to find this way yourselves as parents with your own child. But I can tell you as a coach, once revealed and clarified through coaching and the questioning process, usually both parties, so to speak, parents and child, are seeking very similar outcomes. So, my advice and approach to you comes directly from the 20 years I've spent working with, must be over 1,000 young adults by now, mostly one-to-one, increasingly groups too, which is dynamite, by the way, for the results I've long wanted to achieve. Having them in a safe community together and finding out what helps them, finding out what makes them tick, and empowering them to take action and having them share all of this with each other helps me immeasurably to dramatically amplify and expand the effectiveness of the tools I use in my role as their coach, to clear away all the limitations and apparent obstacles and help them see clearly what they want, what's best for them, and to go for it. So here for you, I'm passing on as much as I can of what I've learned about unlocking stubborn, resistant and distrustful teens, glorious as they all are, really, truly, from the heart, I mean that. I'm passing the essence of that onto you in this brief 3-part parenting training series. But so now, on to part 3. You've prioritized yourself and how you're showing up as a parent. You've taken a giant step back from micromanaging and nagging, controlling and coercing, and are starting a whole new era of relationship where you start to hand over full responsibility to your child. It's a choiceless choice after all. It's a matter of time. Now, part 3 is about ensuring you stay the course, making sure there is no regressing, no reverting back, no trial period that then abruptly comes to an end with another massive row and you're back to square one again. It's about staying true to your new convictions and helping you all settle into it until there is no looking back, until the results are so obvious you would never dream of going back to how it was. The storm is over and now it's plain sailing, with many more storms to come, of course, but that's just life. And the difference is that your family boat is now as secure as it has ever been to weather whatever weather. So how can we make sure that trust and the handover of responsibility is authentic, sincere and complete, meaning lifelong, from now on, growing and expanding forevermore? The main piece here is mindset, and along with that, a new term we could call heart set. It's probably why I spend most of my time writing about, thinking about and talking about trust and love in parenting. Because it's so important to be clear in our minds intellectually and in our hearts, that deep-seated bodily conviction that love, openness, respect, trust, honesty, fun and commitment are the only way to go from here on in the teenage years, and in fact they probably were all along. These are the new tools, the new foundations, the new vantage for optimizing and empowering your relationship with your child or children and its overall successfulness in all ways for the rest of your lives together. We have to know this initially through an invitation out of the blue of social media or whatever, like this one from me, and then see, think and feel the glorious benefits of this new approach that I've been laying out for you through this video series and our day-to-day parenting experience. We have to be touched again and again by and take note of the magic of small moments in our parenting when we could have shown up in the old way and deepened our collective misery, but instead we showed up newly in love and trust, broadly speaking, or using a new tool or method that you've learned here, and got a deeply pleasing and perhaps rather surprising result. If we stop to think about it, we maybe can't exactly join the dots of cause and effect of what exactly happened back there that was so different, but we now know that this new influence and approach on us and our parenting situation is working, and our hearts and minds are at greater peace because of it. generally speaking, 24/7, and with a sprinkling of unmistakable joy, a little bounce that was never there before. So my invitation to you today is to really commit to steps 1 and 2 in this series from videos 1 and 2, and then to recognize ways that you're slowly changing, how you are learning to do things differently, and how you're managing to achieve very different results through implementing, in a general sense, what are the 7 core values of the Young Fire Academy, which are love, trust, openness, honesty, respect, fun, and commitment. If we don't take stock, if we take the changes for granted, just results of a favorable wind, let's say, or good recent conditions, conviction will not dawn to shift ourselves and our parenting, and we will in time revert back to old ways that are deeply entrenched in all of us. They're how we were parented mostly, the post-war model, and how we were educated. It takes work and real intention to undo and evolve beyond these archaic, may I say primitive, patterns of speech and behavior towards our own children. We might have already many times been aghast to hear ourselves speaking, chastising or threatening our kids like our parents did to us, like we swore we never would. But that's how ingrained these patterns are. Once the chips are down and we feel pushed into a corner and provoked into action by our kids' defiance, out it all comes. Command and control, reward and punishment, the old paradigms. We might feel like this is natural, blowing up occasionally, lashing out verbally or even physically, or making threats and punishing. However horrible and horrifying it will feel to participate in this, because it's what we experienced. It's like it's in our bones, but it's not. And a whole new generation of parents, which you are now very much a part of, are slowly learning to do things very differently, to step away from the systems and institutions that support this approach to management of adults or children, since it's really the same in the workplace and in schools as it is in homes. And we all know how hard it has been to evolve our schooling system. But for a private family, that's really where the change is at. This is exactly where the change is most possible in parents and individuals like you, like us, who know without a shadow of a doubt in our hearts that something so much more fitting, natural and appropriate is possible in our role as parents in this day and age. Never more fitting, natural, appropriate and possible, in fact, than in this very day and age, with so much change happening around us and so much constant adapting needed on our part. I can help you embark on this magnificent journey that will bring nothing but greater peace, ease, joy, love and connection to your parent-child relationships. But you have to know that it's going to take consistency and, in a manner of speaking, work. But by that I mean bold and brilliant inner work, moment to moment, not endless toil. That's more the hallmark of the old parenting ways, endless toil with our teens, without much, if any, reward. Let's make it clear today that nothing is going to happen in our relationships overnight, although funnily enough, many parents I'm in contact with have seen immediate changes just through implementing one of these 3 moves outlined in this video series, but these are more the glimpses of what's possible with a change of approach, not a sudden fix where everything is just resolved in a flash insight. We have a roller coaster of sorts to ride, no matter what. Parenting in general, and perhaps especially in the teenage years, stuff's going to come up and the foundations of our relationships will be exposed. And we want them to be revealed to be solid and true, to be authentic and secure, genuine and close, as much as is possible at any rate. That's what we're here for, to help you build and rebuild those foundations at this crucial age and stage. And for some of us, it's not natural or easy to be in a relationship like this with a particular child. And if that's you, I'm completely here for you. I have a lot to share, a lot of experience. And for those of you that want to go deeper and know already that you want or need to take it to the next level, I have an offer to let you know about in a further video after this one, where you could really seize the opportunity to clarify, deepen, and consolidate this work with me, to sustain our journey together beyond this video series and to take definitive action by inviting me to give you my full and direct support, along with the support of an incredible community of fellow parents. So look out for that announcement in your emails in the coming days. For some of you, this will not be the end of our time together. So make sure you open that email straight away, because the opportunity won't be available for long and I really don't want you to miss out. In the meantime though, here are some practical steps I want you to take on the back of watching this video. Number 1, notice and celebrate the changes you're already achieving each day from steps 1 and 2. Number 2, write to me and tell me about them. This is as much for your benefit as mine. Of course, I'll love to hear it, but more importantly, it will dramatically consolidate your learning and evolution as an empowered parent. Number 3, draw a line in the sand and make a list, if you like, of all the parenting you're going to retire from with immediate effect. What's not working? What can you let go of, step back from, or review? Number 4, create a new and clear understanding with your child in a completely loving and blame-free way that is up to them now, and you're completely there for them if they ever need any help or advice. Number 5, ask them to keep you accountable for all of your claims. Gamify it with them. Make it fun, but it's also serious. It's for real. If you start nagging them again or not letting them get on with it in some way that you said you would stop, then they can simply call you out on it to keep you in check and keep you all on track. Number 6, start to apologize to your child, if appropriate, for some of the ways you've tried to parent them in the past with the best intentions that have been really detrimental to your relationship. Take responsibility for this with them and use it as fuel to change and stay true to your new course. Number 7, reach out to me directly anytime for support, either through email or social media. I would love you to not be alone in it anymore and to help freely and abundantly in whichever ways I can. We have many free and paying YFA programs and offers for parents and teens, so don't be worried about approaching us in any way. There's absolutely no forced sales in our line of work. It's just a case of matching you and your child and your budget to what we have available. I'm so excited for you all that we've met in this way and that you have discovered this community. I've loved to read all your comments and gratitude expressed for the changes that have already come about in many of your family lives. For me, I'm imagining what your lives could be like in just a few weeks' time or a month's time if you can follow through on all the advice I've given you here. And there is so much more I have to share, and I can't wait to in the next video and beyond in our time together for those that want and or need it right now. So keep your eyes peeled for that next email. Thanks so much for watching. See you all soon.